How you doing today? I am Coach Ryan Family from VIPAR, here in the VIPAR pit today. And I want to give you the 1, 2, 3 punch. I know it's supposed to be 1, 2 punch, but there's 3 things I want you to do. Deal with it. The 3-step fix for biking related knee pain. Lately I've been spending a lot more time. I bought one of those fan bikes. I bought the Rogue Echo bike, and I've been really enjoying it. I ride it in some form every day, whether it be sprints or just long, easy ride. And I've started to get some biking related knee pain. Why do you get knee pain when you bike a lot? Well, it's a quadriceps dominant movement. So it really taxes the quads. There's virtually no contribution from the hamstrings and glutes. And so you end up creating these imbalances. So today I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do to help reduce your knee pain. The first, basically, you need a couple tools here too. This is a PVC pipe. Don't email me or say in the comment section, well, what if I don't have one? It's like $2 to get this at a home improvement store. Put a little duct tape on it, you got your own PVC roller. The next thing, these are compression floss bands. I bought these from Rogue Fitness. They sell them at any kind of fitness outlet. They're called Voodoo compress bands or Voodoo floss bands. Honestly though, you can use an old bike inner tube if you want that. You can use workout bands. Just find a way to create some compression on the muscle. And it needs to be kind of thick so you're not really digging in too much. But the 3 things, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to release the quadriceps. So I like to use the band, and you want to wrap. So we're going to wrap all the way down, and you want it to be pretty tight here. So you want to pull and stretch as you wrap it around the quads. You can do this at various points in the quad. I'm going to show you one point, but when I do this personally, I'll actually wrap below the knee, and I'll do 3 different sections. So I'll do below the knee to here, lower thigh to mid thigh, and then mid thigh to upper thigh. And I will do this for all 3 sections, but I'll just show you this part here. So we're gonna wrap it tough. I'll get this other band. And what we're doing here is we're tacking down the quadriceps tissue and creating compression. This is going to improve blood flow. It's also going to allow the fascia to slide on itself a little bit better, which will restore some movement and some range of motion. So we get the compression floss on, get it nice and tight. And then from here, we are going to lay on the roller, the PVC roller, on the quadriceps. Now, when you lay on it, you're not just mindless, oh, you can't see me. You're not just mindlessly rolling. Let's go this way. You want to tack down a tight area and then bend the knee and actually flex and extend the quad. Find the area that's super tight and a little bit painful, put some pressure on it, and then bend the knee and do like 10 or 15 of these. And from there, roll up a little bit, find a new spot, 10 or 15 knee flexes. You don't even need the roller necessarily. You can also just do some knee flexion extension with the compression floss. Just move, basically. Move around, find the tight spots, work through it. The tightest spots you will find are typically going to be in the upper 1/3 of the thigh on the outside, as well as down directly by the knee. Really spend time on those areas. So that's step 1. We're going to release the quads. Take your time here. Do as much surface area as possible. Pay attention to the outside of the thigh, the vastus lateralis muscle, and also the inside, the teardrop right there by the knee, the vastus medialis. Those are going to be tight, okay? From there, you can do this next one with the compression wrap on if you want. I tend to take it off by this point. You're going to stretch, so point 2 is you're going to stretch the quad and hip flexors. The one that I like for this is propped on a bench. Some people call this the couch stretch because you can do it on the back of the couch. There's 2 parts to this that are important. One is the stretch where you're upright and you're sitting your butt back, okay, to that heel. And the other one is going to be leaned forward more, driving your hip forward and down to the floor. You also want to explore using some oblique angles here. So coming out to the side a little bit and letting the hip drop down to the side, and then coming to the inside. Play with all those angles, find where you're tightest. When you get to a tight spot, deep belly breathing to push the range a little bit further. Okay, but you want to spend minimum 2 minutes on each side, up to 5 minutes. I've even done 10. I haven't seen a greater benefit to 5 minutes. But I'll spend 2 to 5 minutes in this position, just working through tightness. Play with your upper body position as well. Rotate your torso this way. Ooh, get some tight stuff here when we rotate the torso away as well. And then sitting back, squeezing the glutes, pushing the hip into it. Squeezing the glutes is important to this as well, especially when you do these. You don't want to just passively relax there. You want to get that butt cheek tight, and you'll really feel it tighten up in the front of the thigh when you tighten up the glutes. So, 1, we release the quadriceps. 2, we stretch the quads and hip flexors. 3 deals with posterior chain, fancy way to say butt, hamstrings, and lower back, strengthening. In the gym, when you train, you want to have at least a 3-to-1 ratio of posterior chain movements to quadricep movements. That means because you're doing so much quad work on the bike, you don't need to double and triple up in the gym. That means for every 1 set of squats that you do, or lunges, or leg presses, you would do 3 sets of hip thrusts, donkey kicks, Romanian deadlifts, leg curls, etc. You can also incorporate some isolated moves. So one of the things that I'll do when I'm doing this triple series here is I will just flip over on a bench with the points of my hips on the bench and do some donkey kick isometrics, keeping both hips on the front of the bench, holding for 6 to 10 seconds, back down, squeezing the glute, switch sides, 6 to 10 seconds, keeping the points of the hips on the bench. That's a critical part. You don't want to be hiking one hip up off the bench. You want to keep them both square. You can even use your fingers under the points of your hips to ensure that you're pressing both of them in as you squeeze that glute. And that's it. So, to recap, release the quads, stretch the quads and hip flexors, 3-to-1 ratio on the posterior chain. That's the 1, 2, 3 punch for biking related knee pain. I'm Coach Ryan Family from the Viper Pit. If you like this video, please hit subscribe below, and I'll catch you next time.